What if I told you the Cowboys didn't get the flashy, headline-crushing Max Crosby move, but they may have landed the kind of edge rusher who makes this defense tougher, deeper, and a whole lot more dangerous right now? Ha ha! Cowboys Nation! That's the conversation today, because Rashan Gary is officially showing up on the Cowboys roster page, and Dallas's own site says the team is finalizing a trade with Green Bay for the former Pro Bowl pass rusher in exchange for a 2027 fourth-round pick. Yeah! That is not rumor chasing anymore. That is real movement from a front office that told us it wanted immediate defensive help, and now we're seeing it. And let's start with the biggest point. This move fits exactly what Dak Prescott was calling for when he said Dallas needed guys who can help now, not projects. The official Cowboys coaching page confirms Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach and Christian Parker is the defensive coordinator. And Parker is stepping into a defense that badly needed more edge juice, more disruption, and more grown man football off the edge. Rashan Gary gives them that immediately. He is 28, he made the Pro Bowl in 2024, and according to the official Cowboys trade report, he has 46.5 career sacks, plus 7.5 sacks, 20 QB hits, 7 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble in 2025. Ooh-hoo, that is not a lottery ticket. That is a real NFL pass rusher. Now, here's why I actually like this move for Dallas, even if some fans were dreaming bigger. ESPN reported the Cowboys were in deep talks for Max Crosby before the Raiders ultimately sent him to Baltimore for 2 first-round picks, and ESPN says Dallas's offer included the 12th overall pick in 2026, a 2027 second-rounder, and a veteran player. Think about that for a second. Jerry Jones and this front office were clearly trying to swing big, but when the Crosby price went nuclear, Dallas pivoted and still found an edge rusher under contract through 2027, one who ESPN says is due $18 million this year unless his deal is adjusted. Hoo-hoo, that's what smart front offices do. They don't sit there crying because they missed the superstar. They move to the next solution and keep building. And the official Cowboys report gives this trade even more football logic because Gary is not walking into a strange room. Dallas says he reunites with Kenny Clark, and there are also coaching ties. Christian Parker was in Green Bay when the Packers drafted Gary in 2019, and Derek Ansley also coached him there in 2024 and 2025. That matters, Cowboys Nation. Familiarity matters. Scheme transition matters. Trust matters. You're not bringing in a random player and hoping it clicks. You're bringing in a defender your staff already knows, and that can speed up the learning curve in a huge way. Yeah, that's how you get impact early in camp and early in the season. Now, does Rashan Gary equal Max Crosby? No, let's keep it real. Crosby is the bigger name, the more dominant headline, and the move that would have blown up every show in America. But this Gary trade might be the more sensible move for where Dallas is right now. Instead of sacrificing multiple premium assets, the Cowboys got a proven edge for a day 3 pick, and the official free agency tracker from Dallas still lists other needs and recent moves that show this roster is being actively shaped. George Pickens is on the franchise tag. Javonte Williams is back. Brandon Aubrey and TJ Bass were tendered, and Rashan Gary is now part of that early wave of action. This front office is not asleep. It is moving. And here's the part that should fire up the fan base. Dallas may already be closer than the outside world thinks. The official depth chart still shows DeMarvion Overshown at linebacker, and the official injury report lists him as dealing with a concussion designation on the current report, while the defensive front on the depth chart already includes Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, Osa Odigizua, Donovan Eziaraku, and Dante Fowler Jr. Rashan Gary entering that mix gives Dallas another real pass rush body and another adult on the edge. Ha-ha! Suddenly that front doesn't look soft. Suddenly that front looks layered. Suddenly Christian Parker has more toys to work with. So my reaction is simple. This is a good Cowboys move. Maybe not the sexiest move, maybe not the dream move, but a good, aggressive, practical move. And after a season where the defense needed immediate repair, that matters. If Dallas adds one more linebacker or secondary piece and then drafts well again, this team can absolutely look more complete by the time September rolls around. Not because Rashan Gary alone fixes everything, but because he helps push the defense back towards being functional, physical, and dangerous. And if the offense remains the strength we think it can be under Dak and Schottenheimer, oh man, Cowboys Nation, this thing can get interesting fast. So now I want to hear from you. Is Rashan Gary the smart move after missing on Max Crosby, or were you still hoping Jerry would swing even harder? Drop your take in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe, because if Dallas keeps cooking on defense, we are going to have a whole lot to talk about. How about them Cowboys?